friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I am not Maria, and I just got back from visiting my family, and that was an experience. But I just kind of want to recap what happened a little bit, because honestly, like, it was kind of fun. And you know, if you've watched my videos a couple times, yes, I am growing out my hair a little bit. I know it's disgustingly long for what I'm used to having, but that's okay. We're trying something new, something different, so let's just be excited for that. So I guess technically, to start off, this is gonna be part 2 of my family vacation. Last part, I kind of talked a little bit about what it was like being in my childhood home. That was an experience. If you hear jingling, that's my cat. I have 4 of them. Eventually I'll do a video introducing them, but that's not right now. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Well, that was an experience, getting to be back in my childhood bedroom. But good thing is I didn't have to be in there for a whole lot of time when I first got there, because we actually ended up going to Holiday World twice. And if you've never been, it's exactly as the name indicates. It's an amusement park. There's also a water park, but the amusement park side is like based off of different US holidays. So there's an area that has like 4th of July and Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween. That's not all the US holidays, or even like, I feel like it's missing like a New Year's. And if you're gonna add Christmas, why don't you? Okay, whatever. Anyways, also there's like the water park. Is that just summer? Lots of questions. But we actually ended up going 2 weekends in a row, because the first weekend that we went, they had to close down the parks early because of bad weather, inclement weather. So first weekend we got there, and both days we had to leave early. Second weekend we went there and it was a good time. Still had to leave early though, so you know, it is what it is. But both weekends I actually went with the different sides of my family. And I went with some like family friends on my mom's side, and the second weekend I went with my dad's side of the family. That was a good time, because that was actually the first time in, how long ago was 2017? 6 years. It's the first time in 6 years that we've actually been able to go like on vacation with my dad's side of the family, so that was exciting. The second time would have been like my 7th time going to Holiday World in my many years. So like, I know what to expect. It was still a good time. I love a good amusement park and a water park, so like, it's a good time. But it does mean I gotta go to Indiana, and the ride there is just nothing but corn. It's not a very interesting ride. I ended up coming home a lot earlier than my parents expected, just because I missed my home. So we ended up not going to a whole lot of places, but that's okay, because things got really busy and I just kind of wanted to go home. But we got to do my favorite experience, activity, hobby, which is shopping. We went to a lot of malls. My brother and I, my cousin and I, my cousins with an S and I. Good fun, especially because I have one cousin left, at least in the US, that is still in school. And so we got to go back to school shopping with her, and like, honestly, I swear every year they like come out with just the cutest things for like back to school season. Actually, when I came back home, I bought myself a couple of things, because oh my god, such cute things. But yeah, we did a lot of shopping, a lot of fun things. Well, setting that aside, we also got to celebrate my grandmother's birthday. It was a lot of fun. We had like this little custom cake, and we had a nice little like meal, all of us together hanging out. I didn't try the cake because it was like peanut or almond. It was some kind of nut, and speaking of fun things to do, All right. Yes, we went shopping a whole bunch. I kind of got tired of how much, like, we went out to the different malls around, like, Nashville. But we also did some other fun stuff. Like, I went bowling for the first time in over a decade. And this is also, like, the first time that my mom went bowling. That was, you know, a good time. That was kind of embarrassing. We were really bad. But, you know, when everyone in the group is bad, it's okay. You're having fun. But also, like, speaking of, in a similar vein, we actually got to go to my favorite arcade that, like, Middle Tennessee has. My cousins are super into going out to Dave & Buster's, and Dave & Buster's is great. Don't get me wrong. Love a good time. However, it's like a 30-minute drive, and I don't want to do that. That's too. It's probably, you know what? It's probably not even that long, but like including traffic, it probably is, because the Nashville area sucks at traffic. But instead of going to Dave & Buster's, I took my cousins to the best place that I've enjoyed, which is Game Galaxy in Smyrna. It's my favorite place. It's got a whole, like, dedicated warehouse type situation to pinball machines. It's got a bunch of, like, old games. It's got a bunch of, like, I don't know, it's like consoles that you could play different games on, and I love going there. Okay, I really enjoyed going there when I was, you know, living in Tennessee. So, like, you know, all 2 times that I went, I liked going there. They weren't as enthusiastic. And you know what's crazy? Okay, so, like, we wanted to go to the skate center first, but did you know that the skate center, at least the one that we were gonna go to, doesn't actually open during the week? I mean, it does, but only for private events. Yeah, I didn't know. But, you know, that was an experience. So instead, like I said, you know, we went to the arcade and we had a good time. I don't know. I thought it was fun. Although that day, it was just, everything went wrong. Like, frankly, it wasn't even all that bad. I'm just kind of being dramatic. It just happened to be one of those days where, like, you just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like, not mentally, but, like, everything just has a bunch of small inconveniences. And if I were in a worse mental state, I would have been very upset. But because this is the last day before I came back home, I was pretty fine about it and even, like, laughed it off a little bit. So that's just me being dramatic for far too long. There was a little bit of danger because there was a pretty bad, like, storm while I was driving, and I couldn't really see the lines in the road, but, like, we were fine. And we did also kind of get stranded because of my cousin's car not turning on. So, like, you know, a couple of inconveniences, like I said, but overall we were okay. The restaurant I wanted to go to didn't have the food that I wanted, but, you know, we're alive. It's okay. Let's be grateful. But thankfully, everything the next day went well. I got home. That was fine. So we left my parents' house at like 7:30 or whatever, and I didn't get back to my house until like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock at night. Like, it was a full day of traveling. But, you know, I'm home now. Thankfully, I'm going back to work later. So, you know, gonna be getting some more money incoming instead of outcoming. One thing that I did forget to mention is that my brother actually won this Eevee for me when we were at Holiday World, and it was the best thing ever. Everyone loved Pikachu at the airport. Yeah, I know. Cover your ears, Eevee. I know. It's so sad. Everyone was so wrong. If you've made it this far, I do want to thank you for watching, for joining me on this shorter vlog. I really had a lot more to say than like I did to show, because I am terrible at vlogging, and also I feel kind of weird vlogging my family especially when there are minors involved, and like my brother really doesn't like being shown. So like, you know. Also, I just forgot, or I was too tired, or frankly the entire time I was just kind of like on survival mode. So like, it is what it is. But thank you so much for joining. Now that I'm back home, I can, you know, get back into the swing of things and start like recording stuff again. Woo! Anyways, thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you all on the next one. Bye!